Alright guys, I just opened my very first brand account for selling on Amazon. I'm going to be going over exactly what I did to land that account, the steps I took, step for step, the software I used so you guys can replicate this and you can open your first brand account as well. I'm a Canadian Amazon seller, been selling for about 13 months, and I make videos documenting my journey and stuff I learn along the way. If you're a Canadian seller looking to use a prep center, the prep center that I use is Hustlers Prep. All their information is linked in the description. Highly recommend them. If you decide to reach out to them, tell them that you came from AMZ Thomas's video or AMZ Thomas sent you, and they're going to give you some special promo pricing to get you started out. But yeah, great people. They do great work, and I highly recommend them. Okay, so what is a brand account? What happened? What the hell am I talking about? So pretty much a brand account means that I go to a brand and they allow me to purchase directly from them. So let's say if I am selling this Champion hat, I could either go to a distributor who sells a bunch of different brands like Nike, Champion, Reebok, and I could buy Champion hats from the distributor. Or I could go to Champion and be like, hey Champion, can I buy direct from you? And that's what a brand account is. So you'll get better, cheaper pricing than if you were to buy it from a distributor, obviously because there's less steps that people add on margins to. So it's better pricing. And from what I've seen, it seems the Amazon marketplace is shifting towards more brand focus. So they want resellers to be less resellery and more legit, I guess. And working with brands is legit because if Amazon ever gives me a problem with what I'm selling or anything like that, I could go to the brand because I have contact and communication with the brand and get proof from the brand that I'm allowed to sell their stuff, I'm authorized to sell, etc., etc. So it's like very, very legit if the brand knows who you are. So that's why brand accounts are so good, people say. This is my first one. But yeah, I'm not even selling the items yet. Today's Sunday. The lady has to get back to me, so I'm probably gonna do my first PO this Monday. And I'm super excited. So the brand that I opened happened to be based in the US and doesn't have a big Amazon presence in Canada. They have a little bit, but I'm gonna hopefully change that, and I'm ordering their stuff from the US that's gonna come to Canada, so hopefully the duties aren't too bad. But I'm gonna be going over how I landed this account, what steps I took, and sort of how you do it. Now, the tool that I used is called Smart Scout. I've heard about this tool for a while, just started using it. Absolutely sick tool. It's a staple in my software stack now, 100% Smart Scout, especially since I'm leaning more towards wholesale now, trying to get brand accounts. This tool is sick. I'm gonna be going over just one of the features, the only one that I know how to use pretty much, because it's the only one I've been using for the past 2 weeks. And I'm gonna show you how I landed the brand account using Smart Scout. You could probably land accounts by just knocking on doors, emailing, blah, 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 but honestly, like, this tool is sick. So yeah. Now that I've used it, I'll never go back to not using it. All right, so pretty much I'm gonna go over briefly exactly how I did it, and then we're gonna hop in the computer and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. So what I did was I used Smart Scout to find a list of brands that don't sell a crazy amount on Amazon Canada, a manageable amount where someone like me, a small seller, could make a purchase order from them that they would accept. If I go to Nike and I say, hey, I have $1,000, I wanna open an account with you, they're gonna be like, get out of here, broke boy. But if you go to a smaller brand, like Thomas's water bottles, for example, they might allow me to open an account and place $500 orders, $1,000 orders. So I pretty much use Smart Scout to filter brands based on my criteria, which would be a low estimated monthly sales. So maybe what I like to look for is maybe like $2,000 a month is their maximum monthly sales, $2,000 and less. I look for brands that do that. That means they're small. And then I add some other filters like my FBA sellers I'm looking for, etc., etc. And then it shows me a list of brands. I go through them one by one. I check them out. If I like what I see, I then go to their website and email them asking to open a direct account, asking them if they open direct accounts, and start the dialogue from there. And that's pretty much how I opened my first brand account. So now I'm gonna show you technically with the software how to do what I just described. Also, full transparency, Smart Scout hit me up, gave me like a 2-month free trial to see if I like it, and then if I like it, make videos on it. I've been using this for like 3 weeks, and I plan to use it first, obviously, to see if it's good and if I like it before I make a YouTube video on it. But it's good because I literally opened my first brand account with it, and I've opened new great wholesale accounts with it that I'm gonna be going over in another video. So full transparency, I have an affiliate code in the description of this video. If you sign up, you get percentage off. Like I get a little kickback from it, but I'm a believer in this product. Yeah, I would use my own money to purchase this product. So full transparency. So let's get in the computer and get down to business. Okay, so this is Smart Scout. This is the tool we're going to be using to find brands to open accounts with. It does a lot more than that. As you can see, there's tons of things I haven't even dove into yet. The only thing I've been playing around with for the past 2 weeks is the brand feature. Bottom left to note is marketplaces. So over here, you could do Amazon US. Amazon US has a lot more features, I think, on Smart Scout because, you know, it's the US. What did I click? But we're going to be using Amazon Canada because I'm a Canadian and I'm assuming you're a Canadian. So make sure that you have the toggle set to Amazon Canada. So we're in Amazon Canada. We're going to use the brands tool. Let's hop in. Okay, so here's all the brands that are loading up on Amazon. And just for your reference, what I mean by brand is this. So this list of brands, this is what it's referring to directly on the Amazon website. Right here, you could see visit the SGIN store. See down here, visit the SGIN store. SGIN is the brand of this laptop, SGIN 15.6 inch. So as you can see in my AZ Insights, I think it says brand here. Yep, brand SGIN. It'll say brand down here, SGIN, but pretty much, and here, visit the SGIN store. So that's the brand. And that's what Amazon's referring to by brands here. So they could be real brands like Motorola, etc. Or they could just be like private label or brands that someone made up as a brand on Amazon is selling stuff under. So they're not legit brands. So you're going to have to filter through some garbage. But for the most part, it's legit brands. So this is how you find brands you want to work with. So to find brands that are potentials, we're going to filter. Top right, you click filter. Now what you can do is you could set your filters. So what did I say we want? We want brands that aren't that big, that are smaller, that are not private label. So let's find one. So we'll start always with a category. So for example, I've scouted out a brand already using this tool before the video, just so it's smooth when I go through this video and I can show you everything. So I already know what brand I'm going to eventually find, but let's say we're going from scratch, pet supplies. Let's just only look in pet supplies. Estimated monthly revenue. So this is how much the brand makes on Amazon a month. For our maximum, since we're looking for small brands, let's start with 2,000. And then once we get through that list, you could up the filters. But to start, we'll do 2,000. And then average sellers. I like to do at minimum 2, because if there's one seller, that could mean it's the brand itself. And we don't want that, because we're never going to be able to sell on it and compete with them. So we want at least 2 to make it a listing or a product that's sold by more people, to avoid private labels. The rest, Amazon in stock rate's the other very important one. We don't want Amazon in stock. If Amazon's in stock, they're selling for cheaper than us and we're never going to make any sales. So at most, I'll put 10% Amazon in stock rate. Why don't I put 0? Because maybe there's a brand that has 10 items and one of them Amazon's in stock in at 50% of the time and 9 of them Amazon's never in stock, but the other 9 that Amazon isn't in stock do really well. But since one of them is in stock a little bit, it'll be technically above 0% Amazon in stock rate. And then I could miss out on seeing this potentially awesome brand, even though Amazon is only selling on one of their listings. So just to have that buffer to account for brands where Amazon is very, very little, very, very small involved in, we'll just do a maximum of 10% to be safe. So we click apply. And then it'll give you a list of brands. So we have 3,000 here. So this is a ton. But realistically, what I do is I do estimated monthly revenue. As you can see here, you could scroll through all of the headings. Estimated monthly sales. So estimated monthly revenue. I like to order this from highest to lowest. So I'll start with the most selling brands for the filter I chose and go down. And the ones with profile pictures are usually more... It's more likely that it's a legit brand versus, like I said earlier, someone just making a brand up and selling stuff under it. So what you would do is you go down brand by brand. So I'm going to start with Emerald. Never heard of this. It's a pet supply brand. So the initial dashboard. This is a quick at-a-glance information about the brand. This first tab here, this dashboard. And sometimes it takes a little bit to load. On weeknights, for some reason, it takes longer to load than on weekends, probably because maybe more people are using it. But here we go, $2,000 a month, monthly estimated revenue. It has some other information here that I don't look at too much. Percent FBA, 0% FBA. That could be good, it could be bad, I don't know. So that means everyone's FBM. Amazon in stock rate, 0. That's definitely good. Average number of sellers, 4. That's definitely good. That means that it's not private label. So I'll do a quick glance at the sellers to look for if one of the sellers has the same name as the brand, because that will mean that they're selling on their own listing, which we don't want. Thankfully, we don't see Emerade as a seller, so we can assume it's all third-party people like us. Now we go to the products. Okay, so it looks like there's only one product that breaks in 2K, which is fine, whatever. So we'll click the product. It'll take us to the Amazon listing. If you want to just look at the product more, when I go through this process, I don't even look at the Amazon listings because I'll go through brand by brand and do what I'm about to say next very quickly. So I don't even care to look through all the listings, but it is good to look to familiarize yourself with, look, this is currently unavailable. So if we were to get our hands on it, we'd be the only ones selling it. 180 reviews or ratings, sorry. So it definitely sold good at one point. It has been selling for a while. Okay, as you can see, it's a good keeper graph. It sells a lot. It actually does sell FBA when it's in stock, so an FBM, so that's good. You know, a lot of sellers. I like this keeper graph. Everything here looks good. Like I low-key might hit this brand up myself after this video, but buy box is kind of decently shared, so everything is looking good. So the next step would be to ask the brand if we can open an account. So how do we do that? Well, we know the brand name. It's Emerade. We know the product we're interested in, which is the sustained life-saving nutrition for herbivores, blah, blah, blah. So now what we want to do is search the brand up, Emerade. And it's very good to use Smart Scout to look at the products. Oh, I forgot to mention something. When there's a list of products, I like to order them by estimated monthly units sold over here, so I can see which listings exactly are raking in the big bucks. And those are the products that I really care about getting. So here there's only one, so it's simple. But yeah, you would list it by estimated monthly units sold, so you have an idea of which products are doing good from this brand. So Emerade. We go to the website Emerade here, and now the reason I look at which products do well is because when I reach out to the brand, I'm going to name drop the products, so I tell them exactly what I'm looking for off the rip. That gives you a lot more credibility if you say, hey, Mr. Emerade brand, I want to buy the Herbivores Mint. I'm looking to purchase your Herbivores Mint for sale. I'm ready to place a purchase order as soon as we're able to get a brand account open if we can, blah, blah, blah. So then it shows them, oh, wow, this guy's serious. He knows exactly what he wants. He's not just some tire kicker. So right away, we're on this website. What I like to do is look for the contact us, but sometimes I'll check out the where to buy. Usually this section, the where to buy, will give you retail stores. Sorry, I'll click Canada. But here, based on the name of these stores, it looks like these are sort of like distributors, which is good. Because now there's two options. Option one, we're going to go to contact us for Emerade. Right here, customer service at Emerade. We're going to email them asking for if we can open a direct account. Or if they have distributors. It looks like this is very international. So maybe ask if you can open a direct account or what their distributors are. Likely, send that email. So that's number one. Number two, they'll probably say these are our distributors because these look like distributors to me. CDMV, let's check this out. Because these wouldn't be like retail stores, or else they'd be like PetStar or PetSmart or whatever those stores are. Okay, look, suppliers, yeah, boxes, trucks. This is definitely a distribution company. So that's fine as well. So we could probably buy the product off of them. So then I would send another email just to these guys and say, hey, I'm a online retailer based in Toronto. I would like to purchase blah, blah, blah from you. What information do you need for me to open a direct account? So you're emailing the brand. If the brand's website, like this one, has distributors on it, you're emailing each distributor that's applicable. Like I wouldn't email one in British Columbia because that's the other side of the country. I would only email the ones based around Ontario. All right, guys, real quick, if you're liking what you see with Smart Scout in the video so far, I have a code that will get you 25% off your first 3 months using the tool. So if you guys are interested and like what you see, use my code. It's linked in the description of this video. I have the link to use to sign up for my code. And I'm not just shilling this out to make money. I actually love Smart Scout, and I really did use it to get my first brand account. So let's get right back to that. So that's pretty much the gist of how I did it. I literally did this. I went to the list of the filters that I set. I didn't go through pets, but I might look through pets now. And I went for every single brand. I went down the list, emailing. Now this opened up other doors. It opened up new wholesale supplier doors for me, and I'll make other videos explaining that. But this is exactly how I opened my first brand account, by doing this. And one of them was interested. We had his Google Meets. We had a meeting. So I met with the CEO. He knows what my face looks like. He knows who I am. So if anyone ever asks like something, Tomas, provide proof of blah blah blah, I know the CEO by name. Like, I had a meeting with him, so it gives me a lot of credibility. I can ask him, hey, Amazon was requesting this from me. The CEO knows that I'm selling this on Amazon, so it's full transparency, and that's what you want when you partner with these brands. Okay, so one other tip I want to tell you about when using Smart Scout to do this is sometimes not all of the listings of a brand's product will be shown in this list. So it's only in this list if it sells like one or two items at least a month. Sometimes there's listings that don't really sell and they won't show up on this list. So you want to still know of their existence as potential products to sell on. Because, for example, the brand that I started with, there's a bunch that didn't show up on the list. And the reason is because they don't really sell right now. But they're only offered with FBM. So I think if I get in with FBA and sell them, maybe they'll start selling more. So that's a reason that you would want to know about the existence of every listing on the brand. And the way to find out the existence and maybe an idea of how much they actually do sell, if they're not on the Smart Scout list, is by using Amazon itself or Keepa. So for using Amazon, you would go to Amazon here, and to see if there's any other Emerade products, you would just search up Emerade and like maybe like pet. So I typed it in, Emerade pet. I'm looking. I don't even see the product that we're looking for. Actually, the reason is because it was currently unavailable. Remember that? So it's currently unavailable. So, but I don't see any other Emerade products. So I don't think there's any other Emerade branded products on Amazon.ca. But another way that I like to check, which is even better than that, is going to Keepa.com, data, product finder. And going to the brand filter. So Emerade is not even listed as a brand. So that makes me think it's not trademarked. And in that case, I would want to use the text field title here. So I'm looking for everything on Amazon.ca with Emerade in the title. There's 64 products. So let's click Find Products. And I want to put review count highest to lowest. Here we are, highest to lowest review count. So 180. Emerade Life Sustaining. So this one's actually the one that we were just, look, the ASIN ends in JDC. Is that JDC? Yeah. Okay, so that one is the one we're already looking at. But you see how there's so many other listings? So these might be other Emerade products. Copy. Okay, so this is not relevant. This is an ASIN. This is maybe Emerade is in the title of this. Maybe it has to do with fashion. So this is not relevant to what we're looking for. That's wrong. Then we have all the rest of them look like dresses. So it looks like nothing is relevant to the pet world. So it does seem that that is the only listing on Amazon.ca with Emerade as the brand. So now we have the full story. I told you how to go to the brand's website and email them, email their distributors, asking to open a direct account. And there you go. That is how I opened my first brand account. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. That's it. That's how I made my first brand account. I'm excited to put my first PO in tomorrow for it. Like I said, I have a Smart Scout discount code for you if you want to buy it, test out the platform, see if you like it as much as I do. Linked in the YouTube description. Yeah, sign up. You'll get 25% off your first 3 months, which is pretty solid. It's good even if you just want to test it out. So let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comments. See you on the next one.